it's been a very, very busy summer. Transfers have come in very thick and fast. The season is already underway, and we can finally look at what has been a very fast-paced and exciting transfer window. It was actually very busy for us round the clock, especially the transfer deadline. Where we had to, do the 1 hour live stream just before the end of the window, and it was pretty exciting seeing everything happen in real time. But anyways, now that the window is officially shut and the Premier League clubs cannot sign players anymore, they can still sell players anyways. As at the time of recording this video, it's time to reflect to a certain extent on what the summer window has been like. And starting with you, Victor, in no particular order at all, and using any factors that you choose, what are your top three buys of the summer window for any
Uh,
club?
I would say Chaka to Sunderland, Eze
Mm.
to Arsenal, and as much as I would love to put Norgard to Arsenal there, I will go with Wirtz to Liverpool.
So just an interesting one. Xhaka to Sunderland. What's the reasoning behind that?
The experience that he brings. This is a team that definitely needed leadership coming up back to the Premier League after so very long. What felt like an eternity, and it's definitely something that they worked on, that it was topmost in their minds, and they got him in through the door early. Well, comparatively to deadline day at least. But yeah, this is something that I feel like they certainly needed.
Fair enough. And Max, your top three buys of the summer window.
Yeah, I decided just to choose top three players that immediately gave an impact for the club for this top three. So I picked Joao Pedro for Chelsea. Burma, you might not like it, but he definitely improved the Man United attack for sure, for sure.
That's
And
true.
also
Yeah.
Grealish to Everton. He definitely made
Mhm.
huge impact for the club. At least for now. We don't know what's
Mhm.
gonna happen next, but now he's definitely a star of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, he's been outstanding.
Yeah, and it raises the quality and the mentality as well because it's a winner at least. So yeah, fair enough. But yeah, moving on to some of the names that you think people are not really talking about, but you're certain in your mind that this guy, come the next couple months, we are going to be looking at him as something of a good buy. Victor, which player comes to mind when you think about that?
This is more of a hope than a certainty, but I would absolutely love to see Norgard do well at Arsenal. I I always rated him. I genuinely liked him, and he was one of the reasons why I followed Brentford quite closely over the past few seasons. Um, he's a classy player, like it's just something, an aura about him that makes you want to see him do well. So it's more of a hope. When it comes to certainty, probably Joao Pedro at Chelsea or Wirtz at Liverpool.
Yeah, those are very good. Vets at Liverpool. Okay, we'll see.
Don't judge it based on 3 or 4 games just yet. You just
Okay,
wait.
we'll see. Right. Anyways, moving on and over to you, Max. Who is that one signing that you're so certain that he's going to excel, whether he has started well or not, but you're so sure that at the end of the season, he will be seen as a good signing?
If two of them, first one is Wisa to Newcastle. I feel like he's gonna improve them, at least for the moment we recorded. They were pretty much poor in the attack, and now with Isak leaving and Wisa coming in, I feel like they're gonna come back, probably to almost the same level they were. And also, I'll go with Lamens to United because you're definitely gonna improve your goalkeeper's position when you have Onana and Bayern there. So let it be this way.
Fair enough. Interesting with Lamen. That's a very interesting one. But
Lamen for signing of the season. What the hell is next? Amorim for president, right?
yeah, fair enough. And moving on, yeah. What for you, Victor? Which signing can you look at and say in what has become an overpriced market these days, you can say this was money well spent for value?
Probably I could look at any of Forest's signings and make an argument for them. They've made some decent business for some players who look good at least on paper for not too much money. If we're looking at something a bit bigger, I would say probably Kerkez, even though he wasn't particularly cheap, especially for a fullback. But I think he does bring something that Liverpool haven't had on that left side of the defense for about a year and a half now, maybe 2 years. And it's definitely going to pay off.
Fair enough. And Mark, your answer to the same question: best value for money spent.
Actually, I went with Liverpool defender as well, but the different flank I went with Frimpong because he was
Hmm.
below 30 mil and he is definitely an outstanding fullback, so I'll go with him.
Well, fair point. Sadly, he's already out injured, but yeah, we'll see. So moving on here, and this one does not have to be a player from the club you support. It can be from any club at all. But Victor, which transfer gave the best vibes or feeling?
Seeing Eze's huge smile when he was introduced at Emirates was something quite heartwarming. So I would probably go with that. But overall, at least in terms of not completely screwing your manager over, it's not a transfer, it's a failed transfer. It's Gueye staying at Palace.
Yeah, true. Max, if you could answer that as well. What transfer gave you the best vibes? Please do not say Sheffield. Thank you.
No, no. I was going to say that Henderson went back to Prem and joined Brentford. It was nice to see him. He's
Mhm.
competing in Prem, so I'll go with him here, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, true. Fair one. And we always have that feeling when you see some transfers and you feel like, nah, this guy joined the wrong side. He could have joined this other team, or he should have joined that team. Or maybe a player was close to joining a certain side, and he ended up joining another. So, Victor, which or who are the biggest names you think that joined the wrong sides, the wrong Premier League sides?
Mbumo. To me, Mbumo. He could have done so much better than United. With all due respect here, I'm not trying to poke at the United fan base or anything, but if you look at it objectively, he could have had his pick in terms of going somewhere. It was just a poor context, I think, this summer because at Liverpool he wouldn't have displaced Salah. At Arsenal he wouldn't have displaced Saka. So he kind of ended up at United, but I like in his shoes had the call come, I would have rather gone to Villa or Everton. Villa or Spurs.
Yeah, fair enough. Max, your answer to that?
I'm pretty sure that Trafford did bad decision at the end of the day, yeah. When he joined Man City, it was nice. We were thinking that he's probably gonna be a starter when Ederson leaves, but now with the Donnarumma coming in, it really feels like, and especially after the couple of games he played, these two terrible errors, I feel like he's done with the club already.
Yeah, it
Fair.
ain't like milk, this one, honestly.
Yeah. And just on a final note before we wrap this up, Victor, who are the biggest winners of the transfer window? Could be a player or could be a certain club or two clubs. But who do you think are the biggest winners of the transfer window?
In terms of clubs, as I mentioned yesterday during the live stream, take your pick: Liverpool, Arsenal, or Spurs. In terms of players, this is a really tough one to call because there have been a ton of really good moves, but
Yeah.
one that would really benefit will probably, I would say, be either Kerkez or maybe Frimpong. Let's go with those two.
Fair enough. Typical Liverpool answer. But yeah, Max,
What did you expect?
Max, biggest winners of the transfer window. And please do not say that name once again. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I'll save you. I mean, for the club, I'll probably go with Liverpool. And for the player, I'm gonna say Isak, not because he's gonna be a super player for Liverpool. I feel like he's just the winner because he was doing the shitty stuff to leave Newcastle, and at the end of the day, he finally moved to Liverpool, so he must be happy for that.
I actually think in my opinion, I actually think Newcastle are the winners. Thinking about it from that
Yeah.
angle, but yeah, you could see it from another angle, and it looks like Isak because he got what he wanted. But yeah, fair enough.
I,
And
I don't know. I don't really agree with that for the simple reason that the money they got for Isak, they paid out for Wisa and for Voltemade, and those two together are the player Isak is.
nah, I think Isak is overhyped. Is Wista and Wotamadi can definitely do better than Isak.
At
Nah,
least
I
Wista
mean,
probably
the
can.
difference, the difference is that Isak doing everything he was doing for Newcastle seems phenomenal, but at Liverpool, he has to do more than that too. He has to do something closer to Erling Haaland before he will get those same shouts as well. So the expectations will be different now. So, anyways, we are just going to have to wait and see how everything will unfold. Those are transfer, thoughts so far. It has been an exciting summer window, and as well, our viewers also can join us in the conversation. Who are the signings you're starting with Excel? Best value for money spent, biggest winners of the transfer window, and of course, the players you think that joined the wrong clubs. We'll come back to this transfer video in May and see which ones we got right and which ones were wrong.